The 1997 Rangeland Derby is brought to you by Trail Appliances Limited, the Maytag people. Just 4/100ths separate the top two rigs at the Rangeland Derby. Buddy Bensmiller with a slight edge on Ward Willard. Hi, everyone. Ron Mans welcome you tonight. 7 of the Rangeland Derby this year. You know, the top 5 rigs, they're only separated by 2 seconds. The top 8 by 3, so we have got a very close race. Yet another track record set last night by Herman Flad. They are getting faster. They need to get faster as they jockey for positioning as we get towards the weekend and that $50,000 showdown on Sunday. Let's set up the number 1 heat for you right now. And in the 1 barrel, it is Stan Waddell from Church's Ranches, the most improved driver in the 96 Tour of the WPCA. John Lumsden, in his first Stampede, has the Ranchman's Renegades rig on number 2 barrel. Ross Knight, Canadian Western Bank, sitting 30th overall, sits on the 3 barrel tonight. And Harold McCarthy from Koch Industries, in 28th place, is on the 4 barrel. Joe Carberry now with a call of the first.
And we've got a good-looking start in heat number 1. Out they come. They've done their top barrel. Ranchman's Renegades. John Lumsden trying to steal the early rail here. Church Ranch is right at his inside. Ranchman's Renegades. You see him fishtailing as he swung out of that infield. The barrels are all standing. So we've got a good start to this one. John Lumsden in the middle of the track with Ranchman's Renegades. But look at that. Right on his inside, that's Stan Waddell from Church Ranches. He's in there, and now they are going wheel to wheel. Then you go back a length and a half. You got the other 2 wagons, and they're matching strides. Canadian Western Bank in there, and that is Koch Industries on the extreme outside. He's trailing. John Lumsden opens him up another notch at the quarter pole to take a half-length lead, but he's kept out there in the middle of the track as Stan Waddell refuses to surrender the rail position. And in the meantime, Ross Knight is coming right in behind those 2. Now here they come. They're at the head of the lane. And down the stretch, here's where it's going to be decided. John Lumsden having another great night for the Ranchman's Renegade. He's going to get there and win it cleanly. Ross Knight gets in for second. Church Ranches and Koch Industries 3rd and 4th in that order. That's a pretty good opening heat, folks.
What a great way to start. John Lumsden, quick out of the infield, runs away with this race, and it ends up being penalty-free, so that's a good way to begin. John Lumsden for Ranchman's Renegades, the winning time, 1:17.72. Ross Knight, Canadian Western Bank, 1:18.73. Then Stan Waddell, Church Ranches, 1:19.36. And Harold McCarthy for Koch Industry rounds out the first race, 1:20.28. But it is John Lumsden with his 2nd win of the Rangeland Derby this year, winning heat number 1. The defending Rangeland Derby champion Edgar Baptiste is not having a good year this year. He's in heat number 2 tonight. We'll tell you where he stacks up after we tell you on the 1 barrel. It is Bruce Moran from Terode Realty Limited sitting 35th. Edgar Baptiste, Cowboys at Penny Lane Mall, is in 26th place. He is on the 2 barrel. Grant Priest, Shoppers Drug Mart Royale, in 29th place overall, starts on the 3 barrel tonight. And Brian Labacane, O'Connor Associates Environmental, sitting 18th, rounds out heat number 2 on the 4 barrel. Joe has the call now of the 2nd.
Terode gets a good jump. Cowboys gets a good jump. But from number 4 barrel, O'Connor's Bruce Labocane. Look at this. He's doing it off number 4 barrel. And he might get the rail. He's got him wide open into that first turn. What a fiery start. Brian Labocane does it again tonight. Out of there like a rocket out of the infield, and he takes the lead. He's clear now. They go down the backstretch, a length and a half in front of the defending champion of last year, and that is Edgar Baptiste. In behind him, Shoppers Drug Mart, Grand Priest is racing 3rd, Terode Realty is 4th, and the wagons are strung out, and the guy on the engine is Brian Labocane, and they've only got a quarter of a mile remaining, and Edgar now is urging his team on. He wants to try and close that gap. He wants to get some day money, but they're not going to overtake Brian Labocane as he wheels them around and hugs the rail, and down the stretch he comes, and he's cleared by a length and a half. Brian Labocane, now here comes Grant Priest with a late charge. He might catch him. He might, not quite second. Edgar's 3rd, Terode Realty on the outside with Bruce Moore at 4th, and there's a good competitive heat for you.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but Brian Labacane showed us you actually can be the first out of the infield off the 4-barrel. He did it tonight and just ran away start to finish with heat number 2, finishing a time of 1:17.16. That is his 4th win of this 97 Rangeland Derby. Grand Prix Shoppers Drug Mart Royale, 1:17.57. Edgar Baptiste, the defending champion, 1:18.06. And Bruce Moran to Road Realty, 1:19.24. He was assessed 1 second in penalties for a late outrider. Rod Solomon is driving for Burns Meats this year. He is 20th overall, but he is penalty-free, and that's a good point, although he's got to make up a lot of time here before the end of this Derby. He's got the number 1 barrel in heat number 3. Ron Bolan for Breyers Ice Cream is in the 2-barrel. He sits 19th overall. Ray Crotto, Crowfoot Ford, sitting 31st, is on the 3-barrel. And Stu Napper, Reed's Welding Limited, in his 27th year of driving, is on the 24th position overall. He has the 4-barrel tonight in heat number 3. Let's go to the call.
Breyers gets a good jump. Ron Bolan off number 2. Can he get the rail? Can he get the lead? I think he has. There he goes. Goodbye. Breyers out in front. What a start. Ron Bolan showing the way. Crowfoot Ford is on his tail. Ray Crotto, the great old veteran. Then you go back to Burns Meats with Rod Solomon. He's racing 3rd. And Reed's Welding is 4th with Stuart Napper. The field is strung out, and Breyers Ice Cream, Ron Bolan, out there in front by 3/4 of a length. He's getting that lead cut down now. Ray Crotto, and there comes Rod Solomon for Burns Meats along the rail. Those 2 wagons are closing right up on the early leader. And look at that on the outside of Breyers. There goes Crowfoot Ford. The 68-year-old Ray Crotto is pulled up almost right alongside of him. He is right alongside right now. The lead horses are only heads apart at the head of the stretch. Watch this finish now. Ron Bolan trying to hold on. Ray Crotto, Crowfoot Ford, look at this. He's got him on the outside now. Wheel to the wire. Who's going to get it? Ray Crotto by a nose. Breyers second, then Reed's Welding, and then Burns Rod Solomon.
Man, oh man, that is a battle to the wire. Ron Bolan and Ray Crotto, but Ray Crotto gets him by a nose at the wire and wins his 2nd of the Rangeland Derby this year, 1:17.46. Ron Bolan, Breyers Ice Cream, 1:17.55, finishes 2nd. Stu Napper, Reed's Welding, 1:18.39 is 3rd. And Rod Solomon, Burns Meats, 1:23.68, gets a 5-second penalty when his wagon knocked over a barrel. 2 of the 4 rookie drivers in this year's Rangeland Derby are in the 4th heat tonight, and one of them has the number 1 barrel, and that would be Roger Moore from Calgary Firefighters Fire Wagon, who is sitting 22nd in the average. Dennis McGilvery, Calbridge Fine Homes, is on the 2-barrel. He sits in 14th place. He is penalty-free, by the way. Neil Walgenbach, Canaccord Capital, is on the 3-barrel, while Larry McEwen, Silver Hill Acura, is in his first Stampede. He is on the 4-barrel, sitting 32nd overall. Joe with the call now of the 4th.
To the inside, can they take advantage of it? Canaccord with Neil Walgenbach in the middle of the pack. Silver Hill Acura on the outside. They swing into the first turn, and Calbridge Fine Home. Dennis McGilvery has got the rail, but he's got company on his outside. Neil Walgenbach for Canaccord Capital right there on his outside. And the other 2 wagons, there's Silver Hill Acura. There's Larry McEwen. He's tucking along the rail, and he's coming up to join the leaders now. That's Fire Wagon 3rd, rather. Silver Hill Acura out there in the middle of the track. A very close 4th. They're the 2 red wagons. But it is the Italian canvas out. Calbridge Fine Homes representing the flag of Italy, who is holding the lead as they swing around the turn, and Dennis McGilvery has it. The Fire Wagon with Roger Moore is right pounding on his tail, and Neil Walgenbach for Canaccord Capital is on his outside. Dennis McGilvery digging in to hold on, but look at the other 2 wagons. They're coming at him from the outside. McGilvery wins it. Neil Walgenbach is 2nd. Roger Moore is 3rd. And Larry McEwen a very close 4th. Doesn't get much closer than that, folks.
You really like to see those close finishes. Nothing better than 3 across. Who wins at the wire? Well, let's go to heat number 4 to tell you that it is Dennis McGilvery, Calbridge Fine Homes, 1:16.73, his 3rd win of this year's Rangeland Derby. Then Larry McEwen for Silver Hill Acura, 1:18.11, finishes in second place. Roger Moore, Calgary Firefighters Fire Wagon, 1:18.81, was assessed 2 seconds in penalties for an outrider knocking a barrel and a $50 fine for an improper turn on the lane. And finally, it was Neil Walgenbach, Endecourt Capital, 1:21.79. He was assessed 5 seconds in penalties for knocking over a barrel. We'll be back with more from the 75th Rangeland Derby right after this break.
This program is brought to you in part by Lambley's Western Wear, the official Western Wear supplier of the Calgary Stampede.
Go, kids, we're going to the game.
Program, today's program. Get it on film.
Play ball.
Good seats. Great seats.
Regular lenses show reflections, and that doesn't look good.
A lot of reflection. Yeah, I see reflections everywhere.
Now at Lens Crafters, I have new lenses called Invisibles. They reduce reflections up to 90%.
Wow, it's so clear.
So people see more of your eyes. You look better, even see better almost twice as well when driving at night. Only Lens Crafters can make Invisibles in almost any pair in about an hour. Helping someone look and see their best, that means everything to me.
New Invisibles, only at Lens Crafters.
Yeast infections. Guys, now that you're squirming, let's see what else is on. Okay, girls, yeast infections. Up to 7 applicators in that gunky cream. Well, now, there's Gynacure. 1 pre-filled applicator, 1 night, and you're done. No mess, and now, no prescription. 7 versus 1. Now, that's something to get excited about.
Gynacure, once and for all.
Well, maybe not that excited.
No two coffee drinkers are alike. That's why Maxwell House introduces new custom roasting. New dark roast for a slightly bolder taste and aroma. New light roast for a more mellow taste. An original Maxwell House coffee for those who like it how it's always been. Start your day with a roast that's right for you. Maxwell House Custom Roasting. Good to the last drop.
The 1993 Rangeland Derby champion Jerry Brenner fell from 9th to 13th last night, but still he has the 1 barrel tonight in heat number 5. He is running penalty-free. He's driving for Delta Pipeliners. Jason Glass, Shaw GMC Pontiac, moved from 13th to 10th. He's moved up a couple of spots. He's on the 2 barrel tonight. Bert Crotto, Friends of Stars, is 9th overall. He is running penalty-free. He is just 5 100ths out of the top 8. He is on the 3 barrel, as I mentioned. Ray Mitsuing, Foothills Creamery Limited, 15th overall, has the 4 barrel, and Joe Now has the call of the 5th.
The hole, and they're off. Shaw GMC Jason Glass gets a good jump off the number 2 barrel. Here he comes. He's going to get out on top. He does. Jason Glass, Shaw GMC, being chased by Bert Crotto on his outside. Jerry Brenner's got the rail. Is racing 3rd, and Ray Mitzling is 4th. But there's not much distance between 4th and 1st as they go down the backstretch. Now watch it turn up here. Shaw GMC Jason Glass, a checkerboard wagon. But right on his outside, Bert Crotto is crowding him now. Right up alongside of him. And they're head and head. There's Foothills Creamery, Ray Mitzway. He is opening him up another notch, and he's a close 3rd. And Jerry Brenner isn't far off, although he's 4th and boxed in on the rail. Jason Glass, a very slight lead over Bert Crotto. Saves some ground there with the rail. He's got about a 1/4 of a length lead. All 4 are in the hunt, and here they come. It's still Shaw GMC. Jason Glass, 3/4 of a length lead. He's getting a little bit more out of them. He's going to clear it by a length and a half. Jason Glass, Shaw GMC. Jerry Bremner got 2nd. Bert Crotto was then 3rd. And Ray Mitzway, a very close 4th.
Well, Jason Glass showed us why he is 3rd on the WPCA standings list right now in heat number 5 as he comes away with his 3rd win this year at the Rangeland Derby. 1:16.58 was his time. He finishes 1st. Then it is Jerry Bremner, Delta Pipeliners, 1:17.50, though he was assessed a $50 fine for an improper turn. Bert Crotto, Friends of Stars, 1:17.63. And Ray Mitsuing, Foothills Creamery Limited, was in at 1:17.90 to round out heat number 5. The Calgary Co-op rig of Jim Nevada has been running very fast at this year's Rangeland Derby. In fact, had a track record on night number 5. He is on the 1 barrel for heat number 6 tonight. Jim Knight, Discount Car and Truck Rentals, in his 18th Stampede, is sitting 7th overall, running penalty-free. He has the 2 barrel. Luke Tournier, sitting 21st, driving for Mr. Fireplace, is on the 3 barrel. And Reg Johnstone, the man with the old track record, 1:13.12, sits on the 4 barrel. He is sitting 23rd overall. Joe Carberry has the call of the 6th.
And they're off Mr. Fireplace. Luke Tournier again with that explosive start, but he went a little high on the top barrel, and that allowed Reg Johnstone to come on the outside. They meet almost wheel to wheel in that turn. As they swing through it, Luke Tournier's got the rail and Reg Johnstone on the outside. A blazing turn of the barrels from the outside, and there they go down the backstretch, matching wheels. A like bit of half back. And don't count out Calgary Co-op's Jim Nevada. He is very much in the chase now as he moves them in along the rail and is a very close third. Discount Car, Truck Rentals, Jim Knight. He's 4th now, but he's got a great finishing kick. They reach that 3rd turn in the duel in the front end. Reg Johnstone, that's the yellow canvas, just was showing, but no, right back comes Mr. Fireplace. Luke Tournier said, no, sir, you're not taking it away from me. But they're wheel to wheel. They can't get any closer. Watch this now as we come down. We've got less than 150 yards to go. Luke Tournier trying to fight off Reg Johnstone. Can he hold on? Luke Tournier does hold on. Reg Johnstone 2nd. Jim Nevada is then 3rd, and Jim Knight a very close 4th on the outside. That's a good wagon race. A dandy. Wow.
Well, Luke Tournier and Reg Johnstone, boy, thrilling right to the wire, nose to nose. And who won it at the wire? Well, you heard Joe say that it was probably Luke Tournier. He was right. Mr. Fireplace wins it, 1:16.82. That is Luke's 4th win this week. Reg Johnstone, Skyreach Equipment Limited, 1:17.02 finishes 2nd. Jim Nevada, Calgary Co-op, 1:17.34. And Jimmy Knight, for Discount Car and Truck Rentals, 1:17.56 rounds out heat number 6. It was penalty-free. Jerry Brenner won the Stampede's Rangeland Derby back in 1993. Right now, Jerry, you are running penalty-free still, and that is something that...
But I was able to get out of there, and I'm still clean, so I'm thankful for that.
You must be pushing hard out there because Jason Glass just edged you, and he gets the fastest time so far tonight, but you were right behind him.
Yeah, I had a little more run tonight, it seemed, and I just couldn't quite get a hold. Bert was there all the way, and nothing opened up for me, so I had to sit on him a little bit. I got in there as best I could.
The top 8 rigs going into tonight were separated by only about 2 seconds in time. Everything is so close, it could be anybody's Derby yet.
Oh, absolutely. There's no room for error at all. Anybody makes a mistake, the next guy jumps in. So it's the guys that are going to stay clean and running hard at the same time are going to get there.
Again, Jerry Bremner remains penalty-free at this point in time. Good luck to you the rest of this meet. Jerry Bremner, Delta Pipeliners. Norm Cuthbertson is one of the few guys running penalty-free at this year's Rangeland Derby, and it didn't help him last night, though. He went from 5th to 8th overall. He will have the number 1 barrel in Heat 7 tonight for Hurricane Hydrocarbons Limited. Herman Flad with the Partners Chuck Wagon team set a track record here last night, 1:15.92. He is on the 2 barrel, sitting 4th overall. He is penalty-free. Leo Tournier, sitting 25th, has his Terra Nova Metal Buildings wagon on the 3 barrel. And Ron David, Friends of Heritage Park, sitting 17th, is on the 4 barrel. Joe Carberry now with the call of the 7th.
And now they rope, and there they go. Norm Cuthbertson getting a bullet start of number 1. His left leader gave him some trouble, but he got him straightened out, and he's got the lead into the first turn. Herman Flad is right on his tailgate, however, as the front 2 drive at it. And on the outside of them, that's Leo Tournier, who wants to stay up in the hunt with the front 3. And behind them, you got Ron David. Ron will save some. You watch it for the finishing kick. Hurricane Hydrocarbons, Norman Cuthbertson after a bullet start of the infield. And he's got a lead out there. He's showing daylight now. Herman Flad, that's the green canvas on the rail. tail of the partners. Now Herman is closing up some ground. There on the outside comes Leo Tournier right alongside of the partners wagon. And there's Ronnie David, the yellow canvas. He's closing up now, but Norm Cuthbertson's got them in full stride on the rail. And here he comes, a length in front of Herman Flagg. They're in mid-stretch. What a race for Norm Cuthbertson. Herman Flagg's giving him one last surge on the outside, and he cuts the lead down. He will be second. Ronnie David's third, and Leo Tournier is there fourth.
Well, you saw Norm Cuthbertson in heat number 7 get that bullet start, rocket to the finish. Herman Flagg almost caught him at the wire, but no, it is Norm Cuthbertson winning in heat number 7, a time of 1:16.70, his second win this week. In fact, the first time he got the rail all week long. Herman Flagg, 1:16.82, finishes second. Then Ron David, Friends of Heritage Park, 1:17.85 is third. And Leo Tournier from Terra Nova Metal Buildings, 1:19.26, was a 1 second penalty for him for a false start. We'll have the final 2 heats coming up right after this break. 4 times in past, he's driving for Stampede Exploration, and he is on the 1 barrel in heat number 8 tonight. He is sitting in 6th place. Buddy Bensmiller, Copenhagen Incorporated, a 2-time champion, is 4 100ths ahead of Ward Willard in 1st place overall. He has the 2 barrel in heat number 8, and he is running penalty free. Tyler Helmig's Eat Beef rig is on the 3 barrel. He sits 36th overall, has 30 seconds in penalties. He's a fast rig, but those penalties keep getting him. Mike Vegan, Yorkton Securities Incorporated, is on the 4 barrel tonight, and he is sitting in 5th place, just 7/10 of a second out of the top 4. Joe has the call now of the 8th.
Buddy, a good jump off number 2 for Copenhagen Inc. Tommy Glass to his inside. Who's going to get out there? Look out! 3 of them across the track. Buddy Bensmiller in the middle of the track, stealing the early lead from Tommy Glass, who's on the rail second. Tyler Helmig is right out there. He's in the middle of the track, but a hard-charging third. And Mike Vegan, he has that late kick that he saves for mid-stretch, and watch him come on now. He is 4th, but closing up. This will be a tremendous finish. Buddy Bensmiller out on the lead by a 1/4 of a length, but Tommy Glass is holding the rail, and he is second. Tyler Helmig is right on the outside of them, and Mike Vegan on the rail is close 4th. And watch this finish now. Buddy Bensmiller and Tommy Glass are almost nose to nose. And on the outside, that is Eat Beef's Tyler Helmig has to go 3 wide. Mike Vegan is in behind a wall of wagons. He's got nowhere to go. Look at the finish that's coming up here. Buddy Bensmiller, Tommy Glass, Tyler Helmig on the outside. At the wire, Buddy Bensmiller, Tommy Glass, Tyler Helmig, Mike Vegan. What a wagon race. Wowie.
Well, you saw it. 4-time champion Tommy Glass gets the rail out of the infield, but Buddy Bensmiller, a 2-time winner here as well, tracks him down and pulls away to victory in heat number 8 tonight. Bensmiller's winning time, 1:16.72, his 4th victory of this year's Rangeland Derby. He beats out Tommy Glass and Tyler Helmig. Helmig finishing second at 1:16.78. Then Tommy Glass, Stampede Exploration, third at 1:16.84. And Mike Vegan, Yorkton Securities Incorporated, 1:17.26. That's it for heat number 8, which was penalty free. Kelly Sutherland has celebrated victory here at the Rangeland Derby no less than 5 times. And this man who sits 3rd overall will have the 1 barrel for heat number 9 tonight for Serval Group of Companies. Huey Sinclair's CB Commercial Real Estate Group rig is the number 2 barrel. He sits 34th overall, but is a whopping 27 seconds in penalties, second most at the Derby. Ward Willard, Canadian 88 Energy Corporation, on the 3 barrel tonight. He went from 3rd to 2nd as 4 100ths behind Buddy Bensmiller, sitting in 2nd place. And Dallas Dorchester, a 2-time champion driving for the Hamptons, has the 4 barrel, though he has dropped from 1st place overall to 12th. Let's see how he does tonight. Joe Carberry with the call of the 9th.
It's a good, clean, even-looking start. Here they come, all 4 coming out. But there's Kelly Sutherland, gets the rail. And Ward Willard had to take up nips him as he got boxed in. He's fourth going into the turn. It's Kelly Sutherland for Serval on the lead. Hugh Sinclair a second. Dallas Dorchester's out in the middle of the track, racing third, and Ward Willard has got his outfit settled down now. And now he comes in along the rail. But Kelly Sutherland is showing daylight to the pack. He had a tremendous start, and he's got them in full flight. Out in front by a length and a half over Huey Sinclair. In behind, it's Ward Willard and Dallas Dorchester. And Kelly Sutherland opens him up another notch. He's asking for more from those leaders, and they respond. They give him some more. He's got it by a length and a half. Here they come around the turn. Ward Willard has got clear in the middle of the track now, and now here he comes on the outside of Kelly Sutherland. Look at this. Ward Willard is closing up on him. 100 yards from the wire. Kelly holds on, nips him. Ward Willard is second. Huey Sinclair and Dallas Dorchester in another great wagon race.
That one was almost too close to call. In fact, it was too close to call, and after the judges reviewed the tapes a dozen times, they finally decided that Huey Sinclair CB Commercial Real Estate Group was the winner at 116.72. The number 2 rig was Dallas Dorchester from the Hamptons, 117.36. Kelly Sutherland for Serval Group of Companies actually raced it in 116.04, but he had 3 seconds in penalties. He finishes at 119.04. He had 2 seconds for outrider interference and a judge's discretion for wagon using the infield. And Ward Willard, Canadian 88 Energy Corporation, was at 119.16. He actually came in at 116.16, but he got 3 seconds in penalties for wagon interference. That's how it stacked up in heat number 9. We'll be back to wrap things up with tonight's day money and overall leaders right after this.
Watchman has got the Canadian Western outfit down on 4. Let's go up to the eye in the sky. Here's Joe Carberry.
There's the horn, and they're off in heat number 1 at Church Ranches with Stan Waddell. Looks quick off number 2. He's going to get him out there. He's going to steal the lead into the first turn. You betcha. There he goes. That's Church Ranches, Stan Waddell. There's Coke Industries. Harold McCarthy is then racing second as they swing through that first turn. Now we'll pick him up as they go down the backstretch. Church Ranches there. Stan Waddell. What a start he got off that number 2. And Harold McCarthy, Coke Industries, he's about a length and a half in behind. The Ranchman's Renegades try to move up some, and Canadian Western bag Ross Knight. So John Lumsden and Ross Knight, they've got some ground to pick up, and they're doing that right now. But Church Ranches, Stan Waddell is still showing daylight to the rest of the pack. Now he's got a quarter of a mile remaining in this race, and what he needs now are red shirts. He's looking for outriders. He got such a quick start, they're having trouble catching up to him. They're on the outside, weaving their way through traffic, trying to catch their driver. And here he comes down the lane. Stan Waddell for Church Ranches on the outside. Harold McCarthy is coming alongside now. Oh, this one's not over. Look at this. Coke Industries, Harold McCarthy. Head and head at the wire.
Good finish, tight at the wire. Harold McCarthy, 118.62. Stan Waddell, 118.65. Ross Knight, St. Walburg, Saskatchewan, 119.36. Johnny Lumsden took 3 seconds. He had a late outrider, and a wagon was out of lane. That bumps him up to 122.13. That's heat number 1. We're just getting started.
Stampede Chuck Wagon Races and Rodeo are brought to you by Crowfoot Ford, the friendliest team on the Crowchild Trail. Majestic RV. Discover why everybody is going to Majestic.
Oh, more than a lively crowd. They're just wild at Broadcast House tonight. We're live from Stampede Park. You know, it was a week ago today that we started this mayhem, and we've only got tonight and another couple of days to go. 2 more nights are running for the wagons if they want to scramble into the top 4. The top 4 right now are Buddy Bensmiller, Herman Flad, Ward Willard, and Mike Vegan. And scrambling to get into the top 4 for the Sunday Showdown, Sutherland, Glass, that is Tom Glass, Norm Cuthberts, and Jim Knight. They're all within striking distance just outside the top 4. Let's go to heat number 2 and see how they look tonight. They moved up a barrel as they do every night. Brian Laboucaine is on the 1 barrel. He's driving is Laboucaine. For O'Connor and Associates, you've got Road Realty. That's Bruce Morin. From Debden, Saskatchewan on 2. The Cowboys at Penny Lane. Edgar Baptiste, defending champ, on 3. Been a rough week for him. Grant Priest, Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, is off 4 for the Shoppers Drug Mart. Heat number 2, second of 9, Knightley in the Rangeland Derby.
And they're off, and look at that. Edgar Baptiste gets a bullet start off number 3. He wants to pick some day money up. Grant Priest is going to challenge him from the outside as they hook up in a speed duel on the front end into that first turn. And O'Connor Associates, Brian Laboucaine is right on their tail. This should be a dandy. Edgar Baptiste for Cowboys is in the middle of the pack. Grant Priest is right on his outside, but Grant is going to have to go 3 wide as they keep him out there. Brian Laboucaine has the rail. That's the 3 across the track. And in behind them is Road Realty. Now watch that front end developing. Grant Priest again having to go 3 wide the entire route so far. Edgar Baptiste is sandwiched in between, but those two are just inching ahead now of O'Connor's Brian Laboucaine. Now there's Brian opening up a notch. He does not want to surrender that rail position. And the 3 of them swing off that turn, and there isn't much separating this 3-wagon duel. Here they come down the lane, and look at this. Brian Laboucaine, a very slight lead. Edgar Baptiste is urging the ball for some more, and he is going to get there. O'Connor is next. Shoppers Drug Mart and Road Realty in a good wagon race.
Heat 2, Edgar Baptiste. Now he's got it going. Too late in the week, unfortunately for him. 117 and 97. Brian Laboucaine, 118.11. Grant Priest, 118 and 42. Bruce Morin for Road Realty took a second for a late outrider, bumps him up to 119 and 61. Late outrider means the outrider did not finish within 125 feet of the line when his wagon crossed. You've seen 2 and 9. We'll be back with more Rangeland Derby coverage live from Stampede Park.
Lunch dish, just $5.99 for shrimp as you wish. Create a shrimp lunch. Choose any 2 kinds. It's $5.99 for a very short time at Red Lobster Canada. Prepared so fresh, you can taste it. Braving high seas, we haul in the catch for lobster and shrimp, all made from scratch. Made fresh for you, a dinner so fine. It's lobster and shrimp, $13.99 at Red Lobster Canada. Prepared so fresh, you can taste it.
Introducing the world's smallest phone, the Motorola StarTAC. Now only $99 down at Wesco. It's a StarTAC you can afford. And as a bonus, get up to 4 months free access. The Motorola StarTAC, just $99 down only at Wesco. 3 Calgary locations.
This week, newcomers get their first taste of America. And you get twice the suspense. When Channel 3 brings you 2 back-to-back episodes of High Incident. Thursday beginning at 9.
Welcome back to Stampede Park. Prize money of $397,000 on the line for these chuck wagon drivers. $50,000 will go to the winner of the showdown heat on the final Sunday. That is this coming Sunday evening. But they get paid nightly. Everybody gets something. The top day money each evening, $3,684. The number 2 wagon will get $3,070. It's scaled down from there. The number 21 through 36 wagons nightly will get $399. So every driver goes home with something each night of the Rangeland Derby. To heat number 3 now, and here's what we've got on the barrel. Stu Napper, Lashburn, Saskatchewan. On 2, it's Rod Salmond. He's a former Stampede outstanding rookie driver. Burns meets off 2. Ron Bolan from Beaver Lodge has got the 3 barrels for Briars, Ice Cream, and Ray Crotto. He'll be 69 years young later this month. Former Cheyenne chuck wagon champion. Ray Crotto for Crowfoot Ford, coming off the 4 barrels.
And Briars Ice Cream. Ron Bolan got a quick jump off number 3, but can he get out and get the rail off that position? Yes, he can. There he goes. Briars Ice Cream with a great turn of the barrels. Ron Bolan has got the lead into that first turn. Open board, look at that. Ray Croteau, the old veteran, is right on his tail. He is up there crowding him right now as they start down the backstretch. And then Rod Solomon for Burns Beef is right in behind those two, so we got 3 wagons well bunched on the front end. Reed's rounding Stuart Naver. Stuart will improve, don't worry, he's coming on now. He's been around these tracks too long to let them get away from him. So they go into that third turn, and Ray Croteau is being kept on the outside, but he's got him wide open, and he's got a little bit of a lead now over Ron Bolan for the ice cream people. Now they come wheel to wheel as Ron Bolan opened them up another notch, and with the rail manages to inch ahead of Ray Croteau. Ray Croteau comes back on his outside now, and here they come down the lane. Ron Bolan a quarter of a length lead over Ray Croteau, and here comes Ron Solomon wide open on the outside. Look at him closing. He got there second. Ron Bolan was the winner. Ray Croteau was in there third.
These 4 outfits are running well. Heat 3 clean again tonight. Ron Bolan 117 and 59. Rod Solomon is 117 and 90. Just a few 100ths apart. Ray Croteau 118.07. Stu Napper. Lashburn, Saskatchewan 119 and 19. Good clean heat, and I'm sure that Ron Bolan must be pleased with his run there. We're going to find out from the man himself as we go back to the barn area. Here's our Tammy Christopher.
Thank you, Russ. Ron Bolan does join us. You were on the heat there, and you got to critique yourself now. You got to see a bit of that. How would you say you did there?
Well, I'm quite pleased with the way I done there. At least I was out in the front end for a change, so you can kind of throw the lines at them, and hopefully they'll carry on and run.
How has the Stampede been for you? You said it was your 6th, and how would you describe that?
Excellent so far, and hoping it gets better.
Only 2 penalties?
Yeah, I had 2 laid out riding penalties, but it's very seldom a driver goes through without taking a penalty himself, so I'm expecting it sooner or later.
And you had quite an honor penalty-free award last year. How do you feel about getting something like that?
I was honored very well and very happy about it last summer. I ran penalty-free with 1 outfit throughout the whole season, and I took 1 penalty with the other outfit in the season, so I guess you couldn't ask for much better than that.
And you made a sale after that heat number 1.
Yes, I did. I sold a horse after that heat, and I also purchased one this evening at the same time, so
right.
I guess hopefully I'm doing the right things.
Okay, well, good luck the rest of the way, and we're going to go for ice cream. Thank you very much. Back to you, Russ.
You bet. Briars, I think they've got 80 varieties, isn't it? Sounds like there's a little horse trading going on back there during the Stampede. That's not uncommon at all. Heat number 4 is where we are right now. Let's line them up. Larry McEwen, Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, Lloydminster, Alberta, if you live in the Alberta side. Larry, by the way, driving for his dad, Bill, still out with injury. Roger Moore on 2 for the Fire Wagon. Dennis McGilvray, Melford, Saskatchewan. He's a top 10 driver in the CPCA right now. Got the Calbridge Fine Homes break on 3. And Neil Walgenbaugh from Stettler is coming off 4 for Canaccord Capital. They're hooked and ready to go with the call. Here's Joe.
And Dennis McGilvray looking quick again, but Canaccord, Neil Walgenbaugh. Look at him off number 4. Silver Hill Acura says, no way. I've got the number 1 barrel, and I've got the lead. Larry McEwen out on the rail, and look at him. He's just skimming along the wood on. And then the other 3 wagons are all packed in behind in a wave of 3 chasing Larry McEwen. The Fire Wagons, Roger Moore, the rookie. Look at him going. There's 2 rookies on the front end. Then it's over to Dennis McGilvray, 3rd in the middle of the track. Canaccord's Neil Walgenbaugh. He's got the overland roof to cover. He's on the extreme outside, and they keep him out there. Silver Hill Acura's Larry McEwen, the pride and joy of Lloydminster, is in front by 1. The Fire Wagons, Roger Moore, the other rookie, right in behind. Dennis McGilvray and Neil Walgenbaugh have some ground to pick up. They're not going to catch Larry McEwen. He's in mid-stretch unless Roger Moore does. Here he comes now. Look at this. To the wire they go. Larry McEwen and then Roger Moore and then Dennis McGilvray and then Neil Walgenbaugh.
Good run by Roger Moore and Larry McEwen. Moore 1:17 and 31. McEwen a 1 second penalty. That was for a late outrider, 1:18.06. Dennis McGilvery 1:18 and 61. Neil Walgenbaugh took a couple of seconds in penalties. An outrider knocked over a barrel, and that bumps him up to 1:21 and 31. Let's go to heat number 5 then. Times are starting to come down. We had a pretty good time there, 1:17 and 31 for Roger Moore, his first Stampede. Ray Mitzwing in this heat number 5 is coming off the 1 barrels. He's the #1 outfit right now in the Canadian Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Jerry Bremner is on 2 for Delta Pipeliners. He's the 93 Stampede champion, 95 world champion. Jason Glass in the top 10, scrambling for a top 4 position for Shaw GMC on 3. Bert Crotto also in the top 10, coming off 4 for the Friends of Stars. Lots of good track speed here. Should be a good heat. Here's Joe Carberry.
And they're off, and they all get a good start. Good even start. Now here they come off the top barrel. On the track, a barrel is tipped over. Friends of Stars, Bert Crotto caught a barrel. 5 seconds as Jason Glass, Shaw GMC, fires his outfit onto the front end on the rail. Shaw GMC, and it's Jason Glass in full flight again here tonight for the 3rd night in a row. He's on the rail and he's on the engine. He's one in front. Bert Crotto, now Foothills Creamery, Ray Mitzwing. He is coming right up in behind Jason Glass, and he's charging. He's closing up on the leader, putting that lead now. Jerry Bremner has some ground to cover for Delta Pipeline. Now let's pick him up. 3 wagons bunched to the front end. Shaw GMC, Jason Glass. He's thrown some more line at them. He wants some more. He's urging them on because he knows he's got trouble with Ray Mitzwing right on his outside. Look at the finish we have coming down the lane here. Ray Mitzwing trying to overtake Jason Glass. They're head and head. Ray Mitzwing is going to win it. Jason Glass ascends second. Bert Crotto will be 3rd, and Jerry Bremner will be 4th.
Good driving finish by Ray Mitzwing. Just overtook Jason Glass at the line. 1:16.55 for Mitzwing. That's the best so far tonight. And it's just under what was the best time last night. Jason's 1:16.58. Jason tonight 1:17.78. Simply because he took 1 second for a late outrider. That hurts him in the aggregate. Jerry Bremner for Delta Pipeliners. He took a couple of seconds, and he had an outrider missing a barrel. That cost him. Bert Crotto took 5 for knocking down a barrel. Bumps him all the way up to 1:23 and 25. Best time tonight out of that heat, the 1:16.55 for Ray Mitzwing. Good finish for him. Now let's move on to the next heat. We're at number 6. This is Reg Johnstone for Skyreach. Johnstone from Bashaw, former track record holder here. Jim Nevada has been running well this week. He's 11th overall for the Calgary Co-op. Jim Knight, 8th in the top 10 for Discount Car and Truck Rentals on 3. And off the 4 barrel for Mr. Fireplace, it's lucky Luke Tournier. 4 more good ones hooked in number 6 with the call from the Eye in the Sky. Here's Joe.
Reg Johnstone always quick again tonight, but Mr. Fireplace, Luke Tournay's going to try and do it on the outside again as he and Reg Johnstone hook up into the first turn. Both getting full of start, but Mr. Fireplace, Luke Tournay off number 4 barrel. Reg Johnstone will not be denied. He's got the rail and he won't give it up, and he pulls right up alongside of Luke Tournay, and now he's starting to inch ahead. The yellow canvas of Skyreach equipment with Reg Johnstone bouncing on the top of that box, and he's got a 1/4 of a length lead over Luke Tournay. Then there's a gap of 2, and that's Jim Knight, who's now closing ground up on the leader. He's coming up to join them. Jim Nevada, who needs a good running time to stay in contention. Now he's got them in full flight as well. Reg Johnstone and Luke Tournier at the head of the lane, and here they come down the stretch with less than 200 yards to go. Reg Johnstone barely holding on. Jim Knight wants to drive in between those two, and he does! And he wins it!
Now, does it get any better than that? And nice and clean, too. Not a second assessed in penalty time. Jim Knight, 1:17.59. Luke Tournier, 1:17.70. John Stone, 1:17.76. And then Jim Nevada for the Calgary Co-op, 1:18.07. 6 pretty good heats. 3 real good ones still to come, 7, 8, and 9. So don't go far. We're back live from Stampede Park after
this. This summer, Martin Lawrence and Jim Robbins go over the edge.
I think I can open the door.
Don't touch the sheet, please. Don't. I got it.
Nothing to lose.
Go, boys.
Sneak preview this Saturday.
It's 6 past the hour at the end of another busy Friday.
As the moment approaches, Eat More promises rich, dark coffee, loaded with peanuts. That's not too sweet tasting. When the moment arrives, Eat More promises to take a good, long while. Chew and eat more. Stretch the moment. It's a real, long chew.
This is Calgary Lube, a Pennzoil 10-minute oil change center. We change oil and filters. So what's the big diff? Unlike the others, for one low price, Calgary Lube also tops up brake fluid, radiator coolant, power steering fluid, gear oil, transmission fluid, windshield washer fluid, plus. We check your air filter, PCV filter, lights, and more. Calgary Lube keeps a computerized record of service, and we recycle your old oil filter, all with professional friendly service, and it won't cost you a nickel more. That's the big diff. It's time to change your oil. Make no mistake, it's Calgary Lube.
Discover why everybody's going to Majestic RV World for a stampede of savings on all display models. Looking for a motorhome? Check out this brand new 1997 Triple E Class A 27-foot fully loaded unit with AC, awning, microwave, and more. Regularly priced at $74,900. During the display model clearance, only $66,900. You save $8,000. You must see Majestic RV, Calgary's largest one-stop RV inventory.
This summer,
You got really nice eyes. Shut up.
come home to a warm, loving family.
Boy, don't you talk back. You keep on smacking me, Mama.
Nothing to lose. Sneak preview this Saturday.
Welcome back. We're live from Stampede Park and Broadcast House Pavilion. We're going to keep this crew for the rest of the Stampede. We're going to get them back every night that's left. We've seen 6 heats. We're going to go to number 7 now. And remember, there's almost $400,000 in prize money on the line here. So they're getting serious now if they weren't all along. Ron David for the Friends of Heritage Park on 1. Norm Cuthbertson, 7th in the aggregate. Off 2 for Hurricane Hydrocarbons. Herman Flad, he's the track record holder right now with an earlier time this week of 1:15.92. He's second overall to Buddy Bensmiller. Herman for the partners on 3, and then Leo Tournier, Duck Lake, Saskatchewan, for Terra Nova Metal Buildings off 4. Heat 7.
They're off. It's a good even start. They're off the top barrel. Out they come. Leo Tournier off number 4 barrel. Gets out in front. The barrels are all standing. It's a horse race now. Leo Tournier, Terra Nova Metal Building has got the lead. But Norm Cuthbertson, that's the blue canvas. Norm is slipping in along the rail on the inside of Leo Tournier, and he is cutting the lead down. Then you go back 2 lengths, and there you've got Ron David. Herman Fladd's got some ground to cover. He's in 4th place. He's about 8 lengths off the leader as they go into that 3rd turn with a quarter of a mile to go. Leo Tournier being kept on the outside by Norm Cuthbertson. Now they come matching stride. Their leaders are head and head. Ron David's right in behind them. Herman Fladd is still 5 off the front end. That's the head of the lane. Now here they come. Norm Cuthbertson's got the lead. Leo Tournier 3/4 back. Ron David on the extreme outside. Norm Cuthbertson wins this one. Ronnie David is second. Leo Tournier and Herman Fladd.
Yeah, we're starting to smoke out there now. Norm Cuthbertson had the second best time last night, 1:16.70. He betters that tonight, 1:16.46. Again, everybody clean. Ron David, 1:16.84. Leo Tournier, 1:16.94. And Herman Flad, 1:18.34 for the partners off number 4. That won't hurt his standing any, I'm sure, in the aggregate. I mentioned Ron David. He's had some problems early in this Stampede 97. Got it rolling now, though, and he's back at the barns with our Tammy Christopher. Tammy?
Thanks, Russ. Ron David is with us, and you were just describing to us the strategy that you were using in that race. Can you just tell us about it?
Well, I had a new right leader on tonight that I never drove before. I borrowed him from Tommy Glass, actually, because I was short of horses, so I didn't know what to expect at the barrels, so we were a little cautious on the barrels, and I got behind Norm and Leo, and there was nothing open for me to go through, so I just sat there kind of comfortable, and when the last corner, I knew I had some horse left, and I went around the outside of them, and they got there pretty good, actually. I was really pleased with them.
I guess after 3 decades, you sort of have a feel for this.
Oh, yeah, you know what you got left there, and, you know, it's still quite a rush, actually.
You've been driving for 32 years, I understand. Is this something that you passionately love and will continue for a while?
Well, yeah, I really, as long as I'm competitive and I still enjoy it, I still get nervous before the races, so, you know, we'll be around for a couple of years yet.
Okay, thank you, Ron, and you better get back out there to doing some work.
Well, I was hoping to be all done by now.
Got to work those horses.
You got to get me here earlier.
Okay, back to you, Russ.
You bet. Thanks, Tammy. Ron was certainly competitive tonight in that heat. We're going right to number 8 now, and we'll get some more good times out of here, I am sure. Heat number 8, Mike Vegan, 4th overall and trying to stay in the top 4 for Sunday night. Yorkton Securities wagon on 1. Tom Glass, 6th overall. He's got to hustle to move up a couple of notches if he's going to be there for the $50,000 race on Sunday. Stampede Exploration. Buddy Bensmiller, the man they're all chasing, 1st overall for Copenhagen Inc. And Tyler Helmig has had great running times, but some tough luck with penalties this week. Eat Beef is on 4. Tyler Helmig from Leduc. Here's Joe.
And they're off. Buddy gets a quick jump. Tommy Glass is quick off number 2. There they go. Tyler Helmig off number 4. Mike Vegan, they're 4 across the track. Look at that start. A barrel goes down. A outrider hit a number 1 barrel. That's a tough break for Mike Vegan. Down the backstretch the wagons go, and it's Mike Vegan who's on the lead, but he's got 3 wagons pounding right in behind him. Stampeder Exploration, Tommy Glass in 2nd. Buddy Bensmiller for Copenhagen Inc. is on the outside of Tommy. And right in behind those 3, that's Tyler Helmig. Mike Vegan, he's got a tough break with 2-second penalty hanging over him. He's leading the pack, though, with a quarter of a mile to go. Tommy Glass is on the rail behind him. He wants some running room, and Buddy Bensmiller's right on his outside. So now let's see how they shape up down the lane. Mike Vegan gives no running room. He holds the rail, and he holds the lead. He's in mid-stretch, and he's got it by 1. Now here comes Tommy Glass with that great finishing kick. Mike Vegan, Tommy Glass, Buddy Bensmiller, and Tyler Helmig in that order.
Tom Glass was clean, 1:17.34. Buddy Bensmiller was clean, 1:18.07. He's number 1 in the aggregate. He's number 1 in the World Pro Chuck Wagon Association standings. Mike Vegan had the best running time, but took 2 seconds. You heard Joe talk about the barrel. At least it wasn't a 5-seconder because the outrider knocked over the barrel. 2 seconds, bumping Vegan up to 1:19.05. Tyler Helmig took another 3 seconds. That's been the story of his 97 Stampede. He's up to 1:21. And 78. Best time so far turned in by Kelly Sutherland, 1:15 and 68. And we're going to heat number 9 here. Dallas Dorchester is 12th overall, and he's the 91 Stampede champion. He's the aggregate winner last year for the Hamptons. Kelly Sutherland on 2 for the Serval Group, 5th overall. Hugh Sinclair's off 3 for CB Commercial Real Estate, and Ward Willard 3rd in the aggregate, off 4 for Canadian 88 Energy Corp. Heat number 9. Here's the big one.
And Sinclair gets the jump on them from number 3 barrel. There he goes. Kelly takes the inside away from Huey. Kelly Sutherland has the rail. It's all important in this match. Huey Sinclair's on his outside. Dallas Dorchester is third by another length and a half. Ward Willard is fourth as they start down the backstretch. The barrels are all standing. It's a wide open horse race right now. Kelly Sutherland, the king, the maroon canvas on the rail. Huey Sinclair is keeping him company on the outside. Dallas Dorchester, the pink canvas of the captains, is third. He's about 2 lengths off the leader. And there comes Ward Willard. He's found another gear now, and he is closing ground. But he's still fourth, and the duel is still Huey Sinclair and Kelly Sutherland. That's the duel ahead of the lane. Now here comes Dallas Dorchester with that famed finishing run of his. Down the stretch, it's the Serval group. Kelly Sutherland by a quarter of a length. There's Dallas coming on the outside. It's Kelly, Huey Sinclair, Dallas Dorchester, Ward Willard. That's the order. They cross the finish line.
Sutherland quick tonight, 1:15 and 68. That's a track record. There's a track record coming out of that final heat. Hugh Sinclair wasn't far behind him, 1:15.96. Then Dallas Dorchester, 1:16.14. Ward Willard, 1:16 and 76. They ran it clean, and they ran it very fast, I must say. But to get it all official, we've got to go up to the eye in the sky. And here's the man that calls the races nightly, Joe Carver.
Rangeland Derby, night 8 it was, and the king got to the top. Kelly Sutherland got there, got top day money. He also set the new track record of 1:15.68. Huey Sinclair was second, Dallas Dorchester third, Norm Cuthbertson fourth day money, and Ray Mitzwing is fifth. So now the all-important standings after 8 nights of wagon racing. Here's your top 5. Buddy Bensmiller stays at the top. Kelly Sutherland moves into second. Ward Willard is third, Herman Fladd is fourth, and Norm Cuthbertson is fifth, which sets up for a great night of wagon racing tomorrow night, and we'll see you then. Joe Carberry saying so long, partner.
Mike Vigan gets bumped out of the top 4. Kelly Sutherland, with the track record, jumps back into the top 4. Don't go far, because we're back. The Stampede Rodeo highlights live.
To the pink canvas of the captains is third. He's about 2 lengths off the leaders. And there comes Ward Willard. He's found another gear now, and he is closing ground. But he's still fourth, and the duel is still Huey Sinclair and Kelly Sutherland. That's the duel ahead of the lane. Now here comes Dallas Dorchester with that famed finishing run ahead. Down the stretch, it's the Serval group. Kelly Sutherland by a quarter of the length. There's Dallas coming on the outside. It's Kelly, Huey Sinclair, Dallas Dorchester, Ward Willard. That's the order. They cross the finish line.
So it's been Bensmiller still leading the way, but Sutherland's now just a half second back in the aggregate. The top 4 advance to Sunday's final. You know, it's been a pretty good week at the Stampede Rodeo. No injuries to either the stock or the Cowboys so far. Knock on wood. And it'll be a great weekend for the Cowboys and the Cowgirls, advancing to tomorrow's semifinals. Mixed emotions for Darren Ziffel of Consort. He takes home the day money in calf roping with a top time of 8.4 seconds, but a no time in his first go keeps him out of the semifinals. Rodney Ruxton keeps it going for Alberta Cowboys in the bareback. The Strathmore Buckaroo picking up 80.5 points on a horse named Leaning Tower. Plenty of leaning going on there. Byron Walker of Ennis, Texas is on his way to the semifinals in steer wrestling. Walker is the model of consistency, bulldogging his way to a time of 5-1 in both performances. Steve Dollarhide looking rather marvelous on a horse of the same name in the saddle bronc. Dollarhide's from Wickiup, Arizona, and he wakes up the crowd with a 79-point ride. The day money comes home in barrel racing finally with Sheila Haggard of Edgewood, BC, circling the wagons in a time of 17.75 seconds. A rather slow day in barrel racing. And Glenn Keeley finishes off at
Stampede when I hear his voice. You can hear him every night at 8 o'clock, of course. And now we're off to Stampede City with Lisa Lammy.
Businesses in Calgary have had more reason than ever to get into the Stampede spirit. Over 13 years ago, the Calgary Exhibition and Stampede created the Corporate Participation Contest. Joanne Doyle has been involved in the judging for the last 2 years.
there's the standard bales of hay and log slabs, but you walk in and you take a look around and you see a lot of time put into it. You know they've got the Stampede spirit.
Management, volunteers, and staff pull out all the stops to transform their offices into something out of the Old West.
It is terrific. The Ranchman's has entertainment tonight, including the Cruzeros, as well as Jeff, Hogg, and friends. And you guys, you've still got a day and a half to get down here. There's tons to see and do. And the big chuck wagon race goes tomorrow night. It is the finals. All the lotteries are drawn tomorrow night at midnight. And I have one more thing to say today, and that is, happy birthday, Mom, and don't worry, I won't say your age. And that's a wrap. We'll see you at 5:30.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you here on Faith to Live By. It's always a joy for me to be able to come and sing and share with y'all here, and Pastor Bob and the good folks down at the West Calgary Full Gospel Church. It's just, you know, it's a great life that we live, and if we live life based upon faith in the Word of God and in a relationship with God, I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than that. And that's what we want to sing about. And when we finish this song, I'm going to introduce you to the band that are with me. But here's a little tune called Walk on Faith, and it goes like this one right here. We have come to the place in our love where faith must be stronger than fear. And if true love is ours,